Greetings. Whoa. Whoa. I was doing something a little different today. Clearly, greetings, grasshoppers. Are you looking for a way to spice up those FAQs? Frequently asked questions, babies. Well, today we're going to talk about something that people are doing out there that I find pretty fun and pretty interactive. Talking about using video. But before that, there's this. My name is RJ Redden, if you don't already know me. And entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their engagement because most feel like they're shouting into a black hole online, or they sound like a carbon copy of everybody else. And many have a heck of a time getting any traction online at all. So I create epic engagement experiences that give people a chance to experience the entire client journey. And it really, let me just be honest. Right in the middle of that, my headphones cut off and they said power off into my ears. And I lost track of what the heck I was saying. Anyway, I create epic engagement experience that get people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. All right. Now we're two foibles in. We're two fumbles in. If you want to put it in sports terms, which if you want to, you're welcome to do that. I want to talk to you today about using videos for your FAQs. Now, this idea had never even occurred to me. Most FAQs, most FAQs, people put them on their websites. Super cool that we do this, right? And most of them are, a list of questions that you can, kind of expand and see more and read the answers to. Good stuff, lovely stuff. We love it. Here's the thing, though. Most people don't get that far. A lot of people, or maybe they even get that far, but they just don't like to read. And here's the real conundrum of the FAQs anyway. We often write our FAQs like small business owners. We'll write it out. What we have, though, is the curse of knowledge. We have this thing that we know exactly what we mean by those words, but would somebody encountering us for the first time understand what that means? So the deal with a lot of FAQs, and the deal with even if you go and try to read and figure out the information and all of that, is when it's written from the point of view of somebody who has had a lot of experience in that field, and when it's being read by somebody who has zero experience in that field, you got problems. You got problems because you're reading these, you're happening upon somebody's website, you're interested, you're thinking about it, you read the FAQs and you go, I don't even know if that answers my question or not. So, here to help today. Here to help you get across that finish line with people, and also here to help you think about some different ways to approach it. Facebook user, more coffee girl. Oh, I know. Hovifo 7007. Hello there. How are you? So let's talk about, first of all, using something a little bit different for your frequently asked questions. For me, using a bot is the best, because what a bot can do, especially if a bot is powered by AI, if we have an AI backend that can guess the intent of that question and then, make that happen for people. If we have that on the back end, then what we can do is, instead of these are the pre-constructed questions that everybody asks me, good luck and try to find an answer, I just get to ask them to word the question in their own words. I just get to say, hey, what questions do you have for me today? and give them a field to type in. And now, for one thing, we've gotten rid of the scanning through trying to figure out if a question maybe has your answer or not. That's a cool thing, okay? Because you've cut out time and effort on the part of the user. Anytime that you can do that, anytime you can make your stuff easier to use, that's a good thing. That's a wonderful thing, okay? So there's that. I give them, and you can do that with TrueChat. I use about four live chatbot platforms. You can do that with TrueChat. You cannot do that with ManyChat. ManyChat and AI, it's the Hatfields and the McCoys, baby. That's never going to work out. So, and it's for many reasons. Messenger just won't allow it. Messenger won't allow, different AIs to come onto their platform and all of that kind of stuff. So if you want all of that conversation, that's another time. Just give me a call. Anyway, moving on. So do that. Use a chatbot. Use a solution that has AI, and you can cut out a lot of time for your users. A celebration right there, right now. So secondly, there is this option, and this is the one that I put in the title today, using some video to answer those questions. You know what? If they've landed at the FAQ, they're already trying to decide if something is right for them, right? If something fits the bill. They just have a couple little questions for you. Wouldn't you rather show up as yourself? Instead of trying to communicate your passion for your product and you're serving your clients, instead of, you can't communicate that stuff through text nearly as easily. But you can communicate that on video in a second, can't you? You sure can. Hey, if you don't want your face on the video, that's okay. You can totally do that thing where you've got your voice in the background and you've got different slides playing over the top. You can totally do that. You don't have to be on camera for this. But I encourage you to get on camera for it. I encourage you to make that happen, because the more they see your face, the more people start to transfer that know, like, and trust factor to you, which is good. My dog has now found his spot, and my computer will stop shaking. All right, everybody. It's a beautiful morning here in Omaha, Nebraska. Let me just take a little intermission and say this. It is snowing like hell over here. All of you that can see the ground, that's cool, and I respect you. And someday I'll move to a warmer, my wife and I will move to a warmer climate. Anyway. Silver Fox. Hey, Silver Fox. Glad you can catch me today, too. It's really wonderful to see you. I need to leave ManyChat. I need to figure out where I want my bot to go. I get it. ManyChat, they're doing their best. And so far in the universe, they have the very best texting, email, like they have a lot of really strengths, really, that are really cool. And a lot of my clients, and including me, I've not left ManyChat. I'm just using it for all of the omni-channel stuff that they have available that no one else has available. The texting, the emailing, the Facebook inbox stuff. They have features nobody else has. So what I tend to do is, and here is, just another alternative for you. I use ManyChat as the doorway, and then I put them into a real bot that has capabilities. So anyway, think about that. Send some of that snow to Michigan. Oh, hey, I wish that I freaking could, because wow, there's a lot of it coming on. I don't blame ManyChat. It's actually Facebook I'm trying to get away from. You absolutely can. You absolutely can get away from that. There was, I mean, as many of you know, we talked about this on one of the shows, December 14th show, I think, where, you know, all of a sudden Facebook is just slamming down these rules, and you've got 10 days to make all your bots compliant. And if your business was mainly in Europe, ManyChat, Facebook Messenger is kind of unusable at this point. There's some workarounds that are possible, but it's really, you know, all Messenger is doing right now is shutting down capabilities, which is fine. I mean, maybe, you know, maybe Facebook just doesn't want us in there. That's fine. There are many other alternatives that provide a lot better options than just Messenger. I still use them for a doorway because it's convenient and I know how to work the features that work for me. But yes, I do use other platforms in combination with that so that I can be free to create the, you know, I can create the adventure in this bot. I don't want to, you know, when there gets to be too many rules about how you should talk to your clients, you know, I don't need somebody to tell me how to do that. And neither do you. So, Silver Fox, always learning from you. You're the sweetest. You're just awesome. Okay, let's get back to using video for your FAQs. Now, this is kind of intriguing for me because I read about this and I've seen it done a couple of times. For me, this is best paired with using that system I was talking about earlier, where you just ask people to write their own question in and you just give them an answer. FAQs, if you think about it, FAQs were constructed as part of a static website system. As part of a system that, you know, we've got static pages. We can change them, but we usually don't. Let's face it. We get a website design, we're going to stick with that bad boy way too long just because web design's a lot of work. Now, I do have some people that do some mighty fine and amazing work that if you need a website, I have got a referral for you. I will introduce you. And in fact, they're coming on the show in February here, and they'll be able to talk to you about that as well. But with the video, here are some things to keep in mind. If you're going to use video for your FAQs, paired with the system where they can just ask their own question and the system finds them that answer, the AI stuff I was talking about. If you choose this, there's a couple of caveats to keep in mind. Remember that when people are reading their FAQs, they are they're looking for something short and sweet. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to do these videos that are effective and can be really cool for you. So let me kind of outline that. They're looking for something short and sweet, so you do want something that's relatively short. A couple ways to do this. One, TLDR. Yes, my friends. Do you know what TLDR stands for? It's too long, didn't read. And it's a very short summary. Okay. So if you've got a frequently asked question that has both a short answer and a long answer, then do the video this way. Do your short summary of the answer right up front. A sentence, my friends. One sentence. Do the TLDR right up front, and then either as part of the same video, or you could do another video completely and then just give them a choice at the bottom of the TLDR video that says, hey, you want to learn more? Yeah, the simplest way is just put it in the same video. So if I were doing that, if I were doing, what kind of bot platforms do you use? That's a frequently asked question of mine. So what I would do is I would do a little video, and I would say I use four bot platforms. Each have their strengths and weaknesses, and sometimes we blend platforms according to what people want to use. Hey, if you want to learn more, let me dive a little deeper into that. If you want to learn more, if you want to learn more, keep listening or whatever. Now, the cool thing about that is you're giving them a choice. If they want to learn more, they can keep listening. If they don't, they can just hit the continue button on the bottom. You will have a continue button after that video. If they don't want the long explanation, they can skip it. If they do want the long explanation, it's right there. So you're giving them options even within answering questions for people. Now, you know how important options are in engagement marketing. You know how important options are. If you don't know, check the description of this video and get enrolled for January 14th. I am doing a full day-long event. It is free. It is fun, and it is fabulous. We're gonna rock the house on January 14th, and I want you to be there. Even if you have attended this thing before, I want you to be there because it's new. The principles that we're learning, same principles, but I have gamified this thing 1,000%. And I am so excited to bring this to y'all. So get registered. Boop, it's above. Anyway, options are really, really important. When you allow your user options through the process, that increases the know, like, and trust factor because you're only telling them what they want to know. You're not giving them the whole earth and maybe a planet or two extra. Sorry, Pluto, not you. But you are just giving them what they value. You're valuing their time, and you're giving them an option to ask you further if they need it. Options are one of the gold standards of engagement. They just are. So if you use video, and you can use text if you want to with the FAQs, you can use text and do exactly what I'm talking about. You can do the TLDR, and then you can have a button that says learn more and have a button that says ask another question. If they have another question, you can absolutely do that with a bot. You don't have to do the video. But for me, the video is what increases trust. The video is, this is the person that you're dealing with. I'm presenting you me. I'm telling you what's happening, and I'm telling you why. Okay? And for people, that is awfully reassuring. Websites are, by and large, very, very text-based, very, very text-oriented, and often don't give you the answers that you want to hear and don't give you the value that you need because it's text-based and because it's written from a perspective of somebody who has incredible knowledge and expertise in what they're doing. That doesn't always translate, everybody. When's the last time, you whipped on some nice C-SPAN? People, the reason why most of the time is because people are talking over my head. I have absolutely no idea what they're doing. And so why, it's not gonna keep me. So anyway, those are the ideas that are kicking around in my head right now. Website wise, making that an experience instead of same old makes you stand out immediately. People think that standing out on the internet is about screaming louder than everybody else. I'm asking you to consider a different idea. I'm asking you to consider that standing out on the internet is actually providing a different experience than everyone else. Anyway, that was like wise words or something. Toss me your questions. What questions did you have about using video FAQs instead of the normal text-based experience that most people kind of just skim across and don't even really read. What are your questions about doing such a thing? Do you know, the tools involved for the best experience? True Chat. Come talk to me if you want an account there. Those are really awesome, great people, and they develop amazing things. You would need a True Chat account. You also need for the FAQs, for me, some way to record some video, which most of you have a webcam and can make that happen anyway. Jessica M. Powers, hey, I haven't seen you in a bit. I hope you had a good holiday. I love these thoughts on how to embrace or re-embrace visibility in 2021. Oh, yeah. You give people a great experience on the internet that is not just full of everything they've ever seen. You're going to stand out in their mind. You're going to stand out as somebody who probably is on the cutting edge of technology, which no matter what your job, no matter what you're calling your career or whatever it is, no matter what your company is doing, most, I would say 95% of companies would be better considered if somebody feels like they have a cutting edge on technology. You know what I mean? It shows that it's giving the impression that you're on top of things, that you're thinking about what's going on, that you're thinking about their experience. That adds to that know, like, and trust factor. I've often been thinking about doing a little animation video of, you know, somebody looking at a regular text-based website that, you know, is heavy on expert information and somebody looking at a website or a web experience that draws you in and helps you understand what's going on and provides a little fun and gamification on the way, and looking at, you know, how the trust factor is built. But, you know, that's on my sort of permanent to-do list. Engraved on there, maybe. It's been on there so long. Anyway. Love that. Ideally, what I would like to do is funnel videos I have created in the past through a bot, still throwing the idea around. And using a bot as a funnel it's a wonderful thing to do. It's a wonderful thing to do. For me, it allows those options like we were talking about before. It allows you to ask people questions. If you're really into it, you can add some gamification and you know, make things a little bit fun along the way. Those things are so good for helping people get to know you and your services, you and your products, and just really help bring people into the fold in a way that a normal funnel, and when I talk about normal funnel, I'm talking about something that has a product sales page, and you basically, your only choice is to buy something or exit the page. I mean, those are your only choices in normal, in a lot of, you know, let's say ClickFunnels pages and things like that. You're either buying something or out. And then, you know, when you buy something, but wait, there's more. You know, there are about 5 one-time offers that they offer you that really most people actually offer them more than one time. You'll find out. You know, but you like that, but then there's this. You know, a lot of those things aren't really built into a conversation. And a lot of times they don't even make sense. Now, on my sign up for my event coming up free event coming up January 14th, I also have like a little offer on top of that. It's because I feel like if you're already coming to the event, maybe you want the VIP experience, and that is the perfect place to offer it. I just so I do that too, but I do it in a way that is conversational and a lot more natural than red text on the top of the page. Hey, buy more. Hey, buy more. You know, I know that the research says that red text excites people. I get it. I get it. But it's time to stop treating people like sheep. It's time to shop. Maybe that needs to be the title of a show. I'll think about that. Anyway, let's stop herding people through a gate. Let's get to know them, what they need. A lot of times what people are missing, particularly business owners, small business owners, what they're missing is that market research. They're missing what is the exact type of person I'm looking for, and how do I cater that experience to that person or that type of person. Um, One of the things that bots allow you to do in particular, and there are different ways to do this. You can also do this through quizzes and polls, but bots allow you to ask those really important questions that you need to know the answers to. It allows you to get to know your audience. It allows you to do so many things that you're just not able to do when all you're doing is presenting somebody with a wall of text. Listen, there's a reason why people aren't sticking on our websites. There's a reason why people aren't bothering to engage. It's because we don't have any. It's basically like going fishing. You've got your pole. Those are important. You've got maybe a boat. Boats are important unless you're just sitting on the bank. That's kind of how I used to do it when I was like a small child, even shorter than I am now. Anyway, you've got your fish, your fishing pole, you've got your boat or your spot on the bank, you've got your lunch, you've got bait, you've got a fishing line. But what you have failed to do is put a hook on the end of your fishing line. If you don't have a hook, you ain't getting anything. You're not getting anything. And hooks don't have to be. Sometimes people have kind of a negative connotation to that, a negative understanding of that word. It doesn't have to be negative. The hooks can be choices. The hooks can be opportunities. The hooks can be invitations. They don't have to be, buy this now, it's going away in 3 minutes. Or buy this now, I only have 10 of them. BS. We know the next time we hit this page, the offer is going to be the same. We don't have to make our hooks into things that either create urgency or, a false sense of urgency. We have all read that stuff and we have all gone, okay, we're done. So don't put them in your marketing anymore. Let's look at putting more invitations, opportunities. Let's make sure that our stuff is full of that. Our websites are full of that, not just in text, but in video and in different opportunities to engage. So let me see. What are your thoughts on Clubhouse, if any, for engagement? I don't know what that is. Please explain. Facebook user. I actually don't know why I didn't just do video for my last bot instead of daily text-based content. This made people feel overwhelmed. I understand. Let's talk about daily content for a sec. Because I think that this is important. Daily content is something that no matter what the format, can be overwhelming. You want to, there's a lot of things with daily content, and I do daily content myself. I've done it in a couple of ways. Most of the time, I will do that in, I work with a lot of coaches. I'll put those in challenges. A 5-day challenge. I'll put daily in there. Sometimes I put twice daily content in there, depending. Some people want me to do, like the initial challenge content in the morning and then a check-in at night. Some people forego the check-in at night. But when you're doing daily content, there are some rules. One, make sure they know how often they're being contacted. Make sure they're okay with it. Make them say, yep, that's cool with me. Make them press a button that says, yep, that's cool with me. Here's the deal. You absolutely don't want to spam people these days. A lot of marketing folks out there will say you've got to get in front of their face 18 times a day for the next, 18 days, whatever. No, that is not the way to go. That's not the way to go. I know that it seems like we need to divorce the idea that marketing is a numbers game. We need to divorce the idea that marketing is like sending out your resume. The more you send out, the better off you are. Maybe in 1992, people. These days, it's different. These days, it is very, very different. So getting back to what I was talking about, if you're going to engage people once a day or more than once a day, make sure they know about it. Make sure they press a button saying they know about it. Another tip for if you are trying to reach folks daily is that frequently for me, there's an end to it. There's, if I'm running a challenge, hey, I'm going to contact you every day for 5 days. And then I'll, for needed stuff, I'll contact you occasionally afterward. Because usually with a challenge, there's some follow-up to that. And we absolutely want people to know that that's coming up. So either, okay, they're contacting me a lot right now, but it's valuable and there's an end in sight. People are totally okay with going for that short-term engagement. If it's a long-term engagement, those are a little bit trickier because people either become bored or they simply get annoyed after a while. It's like, I'm just doing the same old thing here. Why participate? You know what I mean? So making sure that there's actionable value. Also, in your case, particularly, Teresa, I know that you're an educator and that you have a whole lot of information to give parents. When you're doing something daily, especially if it does have as much value as I know you can pack into a little daily clip, you want to watch how long it really takes to implement the things that you're talking about. Parents, as I know them, are incredibly freaking busy. Woo! Those people, wow, I have respect for y'all. They're incredibly freaking busy, and particularly during the pandemic and trying to raise and educate themselves, their kids mostly who are home still right now. So you want to, if you're having daily content, make darn sure that people can consume it. Maybe not give an actionable tip every day, maybe give a thought or an idea that people can maybe take 5 minutes and expand on. The rule of thumb is don't give people anything that takes over 10 minutes to implement in a daily tip. Groupon. Let's look at Groupon. It doesn't take nothing to search through, to open that email, look through the deals, go, any of this. And that's mostly people's contact with it. And every once in a while, they'll see something that they like and they'll click into it. But you want something that is very, very easy to consume. If you're going to do video on your daily tips, and in fact, if you're going to do video on anything, make sure that you have the subtitles running across. Captions, that's what it is. Subtitles, that's different. Captions, make sure you have captions running across just in case that person is in a spot where they can't turn on their sound. So anyway, those are some tips on daily content. Daily content long term is hard to master because people get bored and because people tend to start tuning it out. Anything that is constant is tuned down. Think of the noise of the heater that you have under your desk. Mine goes all the time, particularly when it's freaking blizzarding outside, and I tune that noise out because it's constant. Anything constant in life, our brain tunes it out. So if you're going to do a long-term engagement, an everyday long-term engagement, you've got to find ways to make that. You've got to make sure that that is relevant, valuable, and you've got it's got enough variety so that people don't get bored. Anyway, hey, by the way, if you're interested, and I know that some of you signed up already, if you're interested, I do have a class coming. It is January 18th. We will do deep dives in that class. Okay, we're going to go through how-tos, every single little blip, 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 click this, do this here, on how to make some of these things happen, how to design the engagement experience, and how to implement that for people, for yourself if you want to, for people if you want to. Matters not. And that's all at epicengagement.co. I have got a special running through the end of the year, so you still got a couple of days to avail yourself of this thing. It's pretty awesomeness. I'm going to toss it in the comments for you right now. I know there's a lot of links today, isn't there? But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Let me do this, and then I will answer another question up here too. .co. There we go, my friend. Some of you have signed up already and taken advantage of the year-end deal I've got going on here. If you get some folks in, it's going to be a great time. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments here. And let's see, there we are. 1992. I know. I remember. The Ash and Row Cooking Show is here. I am so happy that you're here. You guys are the greatest. Okay, let me see. Jessica, Clubhouse is a new Bava private intro app at the moment that's getting a lot of buzz. Clubhouse is a live audio app that allows people to listen to or actively participate in live discussions, not recorded, and the room ends. That conversation's gone forever. It's a never-ending conference covering eclectic topics. You just need to enter a room and start listening. I don't know. I'll have to try it out before I can give you a read on it. It sounds an awful lot like a lot of the other apps that are out there right now. It seems like it's just audio though. Just audio things, unless it's a podcast, I don't know. It kind of gives me like somebody kind of maybe sat in a room and went, okay, so if the conversations appeared like Snapchat, and if we had, a room going all the time, like, these other things, sounds like people are combining things and I will check it out though. I hope that it's a wonderful thing, and perhaps that there are some ways to make that engaging. But I'll have to check. So I will do that. Very good. Oh, it's covered in Oprah Mag. There's a link to click there, so that's good. Okay, bored and annoyed. I think were the issues I was having. I wasn't heavy enough on two-way engagement. And really, when you're doing daily engagement, that's the thing. I've not been able to get anybody on two-way engagement daily long term. I can do it short term. But long term, that's rough. That's rough because of the boredom aspect. So I know you're in the class, so we'll brainstorm some of that stuff together. Okay, let me see here, catching up on comments. Need to do captions as regular practice. Oh, do captions as a regular practice. Listen, folks, 80% of the video that people watch, they watch with the sound off first. They just do. Right now, I have somebody and I have somebody on the team that is making micro content, which means she's cutting out little parts of these shows and turning them into little audiograms, and we're going to be putting those out here really soon. Always captions. Because that's what grabs people. When they're scrolling past and they see a talking head on a video, they're going to scroll right past. If they see words, their brain automatically goes that say. And now, if what you're saying is relevant to them, then boom, you've got somebody that turns their sound on and listens to the rest of it. And if you've provided value for them, then that's a Reese's Pieces back to where your real stuff is at. If you just do record, put a video out and don't do subtitles, don't do captions, that's rough. That's rough because you won't get as much engagement as you want. Okay. Sounds like it could be good for networking. Could be good for networking. The Clubhouse thing that you were talking about earlier. Absolutely. And podcast plus TEDx plus collaboration plus storytelling. Yeah, I know. I will have to check it out though. Maybe there's something cool there. Captions are a must for me. Yes, Silver Fox. Absolutely. I was looking for a service, but extra money monthly for captions. Ugh. Okay. Now this is the kind of recommendation and tool that I usually reserve, but Silver Fox for you. Let's see. Otter. Spelled like the animal. Otter.ai. That's what it is. Otter.ai. They have a free, and it will caption it as the words come out of your mouth. So if you record a video and then you play the video and you've got Otter going, it will caption it for you right there. So that is a way that you can get that done for free. So just so you know, there are ways to not have to pay for captions. Also, Descript is a service that I use a lot, and it does captioning as part of the service, but it is another monthly bill. So if you're looking to avoid a monthly bill, Otter, you might have to take the file and turn it into a special type of file called an SRT. So there's a little extra work on your part, but no subscription. So anyway, oh, Jessica's got the link for me. Hey, thank you. That was really nice of you. My gosh, everyone, I have gone on for so long. Facebook does have that option, though. It's really wonky, so you have to edit a lot of it. And their editor is difficult. You really have to be clicking into the exact right spot or you'll lose everything. It is hard to manage. Also, it will only caption the video on Facebook. So I tend to take the video, caption it myself, and then put it on. Yeah, and then I can put it everywhere, and the captions will be on it. It's not, specific to Facebook. There was at one point, it was probably 2 years ago, I was dealing with their editor a lot, and it was just, eventually it was just like, wow. Not only is it not very accurate, it's really hard to get in there. And, it'll take half an hour to, caption like 5 minutes of something. Why would you? Yeah, there are better ways to spend your time, my grasshoppers. And I will show you all of them. Very good. All right, I have talked away a large amount of time today. I would like to tell you now, sign up for my event. It's free. Sign up for the class if you want to deep dive into these very topics, because I promise you I will. That's what it's all about, the how-to, not just the what and the why. And I will see you tomorrow. We've got a show tomorrow. It's our last show of the year. So of course we're going to kind of talk about we're going to give a little overview where chatbots have been this year, where engagement marketing has been this year. We're going to take a look back, and we're going to look forward a little bit too. Look forward into 2021. I know folks can't wait. I know that a lot of stigma for 2020. There's a lot of negative connotation on that. Wait for 2021. Me personally, it's just a number, baby. You are in control of your destiny. You must be captain of your ship. But we will talk about some things that I'm predicting to go on for 2021. And also, just ways that we can all up level our marketing, make it more engaging, and get serving more people, because that's what we want to do here. So it transcribes. You don't type. You can manage colors and fonts. Thank you, RJ. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I blah, blah, oh, Silver Fox, you might be talking about Subly there. Okay, yeah, I didn't know about Subly. I just know about Otter. I love Otter. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, grasshoppers. You're pretty much the best. I'll be on at about 10 a.m. Central. Tune in. We're going to take a look back and a look forward. And that's it for me today, my friends. I'll see you in a